So, boom. What are we saying, guys? It is hot in England. If you are in England, it is hot. If you're not, and you're experiencing beautiful weather and you've got some breeze, lucky you. But it's hot over here. I'm telling you that now. But I'll tell you what else is hot. Arsenal. Went and signed Noni. Brilliant. Beautiful. Total scenes. A lot of people unhappy, petitions all over the place. You know what? I've got a theory about these petitions. I don't necessarily think those petitions are Arsenal fans. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way that that's Arsenal fans doing that. Can't be. Can't be. Can't be. Has to be rival fans jumping on the bandwagon, especially with the graffiti at the ground as well. Has to be. It can't be Arsenal fans doing that. I don't believe it is. But anyway, Nani's at the club, so we must back the man and celebrate the man and give the man all the tools he needs to progress and succeed at the club. Because if the better he does, the better we do. Simple as. Simple as. And I reckon, call me crazy, but if we play him on the left-hand side, he could be Rafinha-esque. Call me crazy. It could be Rafinha-esque. That is all I'm saying. So let's hope, let's pray, Arsenal fans, that is the case. Let's hope he kicks Martinelli up a few gears. And let's hope Arteta decides, you know what, maybe I could play Martinelli down the middle every now and again. Hopefully. Hopefully. Do you know what I'm saying? These are good things. Because then it gives Martinelli another outlet and he could do some serious damage down the middle. I believe he can get 15 goals down the middle. 15 Premier League goals, might I add. Not in all comps, in Prem. I believe. That's what I believe. But it's all on the manager, really, isn't it? It's all on what he wants. The Glockerers deal at the moment is looking on. It's on thin ice as we speak. We're haggling over 5 mil. Let Arsenal cook on that, and we'll see what go on. I mean, Arsenal need to really get him over the line within the next week. I thought something would have been announced today, but it hasn't happened. In regards to Arsenal and Chelsea, though, this relationship is interesting because Arsenal seem to give them the best players, and we seem to get either their hand-me-downs or their dross. I'm going to say Noni's one of their hand-me-downs, but I think Noni's untapped talent. Mr. Brown, what are you saying? Noni to Arsenal, so that's good, no? On the left-hand side, he's going to beat 3-4 man and cross it into the Glock. I mean, you can't ask for more. What more could you ask for? And people look at his stats and go, well, his stats ain't great. Well, neither were Adebayor's before he arrived. Do you know what I'm saying? Neither were Robin Van Persie's when he arrived. And even were Henry's when he arrived. This is the whole idea. You join Arsenal and, maybe it's the right fit. It's the right home for you to flourish. These things happen in football, guys. You can't always look at the stats and hope the stats will bind you out of a corner, because it's not always the case. Stats are there to enhance your argument. It's not meant to be your argument. You're not meant to base your whole argument around the stats. The stats are meant to be there as the cherry on top, as the hundreds of thousands. Do you know what I mean? That little extra piece, that mustard in your beef sandwich. You know what I mean? That honey on your peanut butter and toast. That whip in your Cadbury's trifle. That refrigerated state of a Cadbury's Easter egg. That is what I'm talking about. But instead, Arsenal went and going to give 120 M's to Chelsea. Havertz, rubbish. Kepa. Jorginho, rubbish. Yussi Benayoun, Wenger made something out of that. But, we can still say rubbish, I guess. David Luiz, crap. Czech, crap. We've given these men 120 mil in the last 2 years. for Kepa, Havertz, and Noni now. I mean, the Noni just happens to be a Chelsea player. He's unfortunate, he's collateral in this. But the other two in Jorginho and Havertz, Jesus Christ. I'll start with Jorginho. Jorginho was meant to be a stopgap, yeah, because we didn't get Moises Caicedo. So boom, he had a 6-month contract. Instead of letting that run out and run dry, they decided to renew it and give him extensions. And now we're paying man 120, 150 a week for a player that's got no legs. And I'll never forget the Spurs game when he come on for Rice, and he was crap. And that was at the beginning of the season. So, like, what was the point in that? You wasted opportunity on either blooding someone or getting someone in. We wasted an opportunity there. And that's the Jorginho part. The Kai Havertz part, well, you know what? I thought it was paper talk. I thought it was smoke screens, to be honest, but it was actually real. The Havertz thing was real. Havertz was a real deal. Unc, what do you see in Noni? I'm a Chelsea fan and he's shy. Well, you know more than me because you see him on a daily basis, but you're also seeing him through the guise of impatientness, ready now, end product now, that instantaneous need for gratification is there with you in that moment. So you are watching it through a different lens to me. I'm watching it and being like, well, he's dangerous there. I like the run there. I like that cross there. Oh, he's just going to beat 3-4 man there. I like that. With an end product, even better. So I get to see the glimpses, the highlights, so to speak. Because that's how I'm watching them. I'm watching them through a highlighted lens. I'm not watching the whole 90 minutes. It's a summary. Every time I see him, I ain't got eagle eye on him. I ain't got hawk eye on him. It's just, oh yeah, okay, there goes Noni. But what I've seen, I've been impressed. I even mentioned him on Football Fico last season. I even mentioned him when he got his hat-trick. And I thought, hold on a minute, is this kid now, has he arrived? And he didn't do much after that, but the potential is there. That is a case for potential. And obviously, like I said earlier, he falls in the category of being a Chelsea player. Me personally, I don't want to shop at Chelsea no more. I'm sick and tired of shopping at Chelsea. Because it's not like we're getting Cole Palmer. If we got Cole Palmer, I wouldn't say nothing. I'd say shop there. 200 mil, bargain. So I just think Nani's got potential. I'm not saying it's a great signing, but I'm happy he's at the club. I'm rooting for the boy. I hope he proves everyone wrong. I hope he goes beyond my expectations. We're going to revisit this in a few months into the season. I bet dollars, pounds, sterling. Your opinion is so different. Let's see. I'm going to screen grab this. Remind me. Check your desktop. Yeah, I'm going to screen grab this. I've screen grabbed it. It's on my desktop. It's going to be on my desktop. So remind me in 2 to 3 months' time. And we will revisit this situation. And I'm going to say to you, Noni's either going to be crap, he's either going to be amazeballs, or I'm going to say, give him time. It's probably going to be the latter. Hopefully, it's the middle one where he's just amazing and he's showing everyone, you know, what Arteta believed. Maybe he could be the new Rafinha. Like, whoever envisioned Rafinha being great? Nobody envisioned that. When Arsenal were linked with Rafinha and he was a Leeds player, I was cussing. When everyone was eating his arse at Barcelona, I was still cussing because I was still in the mind frame of Leeds Rafinha. No, he developed and blossomed with better players, better ballers. And this is the same. This is the case of Arsenal. I know people consider there's not much between Arsenal and Chelsea, but you know what? Arsenal ain't a mess. We haven't been a mess for the last 4 or 5 years. We've actually been a stable ship, progressing steadily. And I think he's come into a harmonious dressing room. And I think he can only add to it. And you know what? We've got the Black All-Stars again. It's you know what I mean? They can only relate to each other English as well. You know what I mean? Jesus. Let's go, baby. These men will call him Thierry Henry. Ooh. Who said that? Is that you, JB? Thierry Non. I'm stealing that, bro. I'm stealing that. Thierry Non-Re. What? Please tell me that's yours, Jordan. Is that original? Did you come up with that one, Jordan? Thierry Non-Re, you know. I like that one, boy. I like that one, my boy. Thierry Non-Re. Thierry fucking Non. You know, I'm stealing that. I'm stealing that, bro. Man said, these man will call him Thierry Non-Re. Cheese. I like that. Thierry Non-Re. We've got one. We've got one. We've got one. Thierry. Is he number 14? We don't know. Give him 14. Give him 14. It's written in the stars. Thierry Non-Re. What? Thierry fucking Non-Re. Hey, Jordan. Jordan. You know, Jordan, if football Fico ever becomes a talk sport esque and earns the kind of paid talk sport, you know I'm getting you one as a correspondent, innit? Thierry fucking Henry are wasted. What did you do for a living, Jordan? Whether it is, you are wasted, boy. Thierry Henry. Rafinha was too big for Leeds at the time. He used them as a stepping stone to get to a big club. But I didn't see it. I'm going to be 100% with you. I didn't see this level of talent in Rafinha. I didn't see it. I couldn't see it. Man said, don't steal it. I'm not even stealing it, bro. I'm taking it. I've told you I'm taking it. I can't be stealing. It's not original. Who done it? Who done it? Who done it? Who done it? PS fucking. Hey, what happened to Real Madrid, Sammy? I'm surprised you're even showing your face, Sammy. He should be arrested for these crimes. Everything Arsenal says. 120 to Chelsea from 750. He spent his fucking scandalous. You know, it's funny because I remember when I was talking like this last season and everyone was telling me to be patient. And now, you know what? I don't even know. I should. This is my ego talking, so I'm just gonna rein it in. I'm gonna rein it in because my ego is about to just run off on a tangent. I'm sorry. Stop myself. No, don't. We are using it as a piss take name for him right now. No, Thierry Henry. I'm flipping that, baby. Thierry Henry. I'm flipping that. Thierry Henry. You know what? I know you will have me as a correspondent. Yeah, man, give me a little. Yeah, hopefully the channel can generate 80,000 a month. Here we go from there. I love you too, Chris. I love you, bro. You know I love you, baby. We got battered. You got destroyed. Kudus 55 M's. Morgan Gibbs White. Well, RB, I don't know if you know, but the Morgan Gibbs White deal is on thin ice as we speak. It's actually off as we speak because Maranagis, my boy Maranagis, said, you know what? Start mada. He said to Levy, start mata recompare. Put the skids on him. And he said to Edure, Agu says, go and do something. Edu said, yeah, we're running legal actions. What you did was illegal. I don't know what was illegal. I don't know how Spurs, I don't know. The weird thing is, Maranakis already accepted the 60 million buff for Gibbs White. He accepted the 60 million buff, then sat back, had a coffee, had a gube, and said, boom. Nah, and his man tapped him up. Sue. They're basically suing. If we both supported the same, it will be. Listen, it's a shame. You know what? I've got a brethren like you, yeah, Jordan. His name's Berksland, and me and him are always going back and forth, always. But you know when me and him link up, it's dangerous. But we very rarely link up because you know what I had to say one time. I had to say to him one time. Mid-game, like we was actually on the same team. This is football now, not even just when we're talking. This is mid-game. I had to say to him, this is why. Me and you don't play in the same team. Mid-game, I had the ball and I passed the ball to him, but we beat two men. I think it might have been Clean and Marvin. I said to him, this is why we don't play in the same team. Me and him was like a Robbie Fowler, Andy Cole income. I don't know who was Robbie and who was Andy, but we was both. It was Dwight and Cole. It was ridiculous. So and he happens to be a Man United fan. That's what's like when me and Marv get together. But me and Marv very rarely get together. It's curtains for everyone. But me and Marv would rather battle it out. It's a weird when me and Marv actually reconcile because me and him don't really reconcile and see eye to eye like that. But really, we could see eye to eye like that if we could both drop our egos. But no one wants to drop their sword first. Man, I'm French. Huh? Now put oui. Yeah, oui. Yeah, oui. Hold on, what's this? Nothing. If we both supported we French, because Arsene Wenger, baby. I know you love Arsene Wenger somehow, some way, Jordan. LOL, I knew he was different from when I see him bad up Nuno on the pitch after they lost to Leicester near the end of the season. Man saw 100. Listen, the old Maganagis, it's crazy because in reality, let's talk real. In reality, Forest shouldn't be nowhere near the Conference League, let alone Europa, let alone fucking Champions League, yeah? Let alone any of them things. The Forest that we've got in the last 30 years, forget their heritage, they shouldn't be nowhere near this. Somehow, some way, they jumped from 17th to 7th. In the end, it was 7th. But they were 4th. They were 3rd. You know that with 9 games to go, I'm sure these Animali were in the top 4. And Maranagi's lost it because he's like, come on, bro. But no, really, they go by there. You got to understand, you are 8 years ahead in your project. Like, you're ahead. I know you love Wenger, bro. I know you love Wenger. You need a big squad to win trophies. Thierry Henry is a top squad player to have. We lost it with injuries last season. And not only injuries, Mikel Arteta's inept attitude towards taking risks and tactics. That's what also cost us, if we're going to be honest. Because if you I don't get paid to do this. I don't get paid to watch ballers every day. But yeah, he gets paid 15.5 M's a year. This the 3rd highest earner in the world. Which is ludicrous because the other 2 have won trophies. One of them is a generational greatest manager ever. The other is a dark arts king and toppled Real Madrid and Barcelona with Atletico. So, I mean, Jesus Christ. Jesus. Like, this is what I'm saying. But hopefully, we can. I'm happy with Noni. I'm happy with Nonri. I loved that Arsenal team. I know you did. We battled it out, bruv. The battles that we had, it was electric, man. Football ain't been the same since. When these man were shouting Wenger out, it was entertaining for YouTube purposes. But I told them, man, when we were they're moving sick, bro. In other team, if our team never existed, and our manager, Arsene Wenger, would be number. He would be number. Listen, if Fergie, there's an interview. Not even an interview. There's a clip of Fergie. I think I said it not too long ago, doing up mafia tactics on one of the Custis brothers. I think it was Sean Custis. I'm sure it was, and he was doing mafia tactics. And he said, "Why are you writing these nasty things about United?" And you got to remember, Fergie is what 3-time champion at this point. 3-time champion. It's been at Man United 9 years now. I think it is maybe 10 years at this point. But he's a 3-time league champion in recent times. So in the last 4 years, he'd won 3 titles. And he was saying to Custis, why don't you write about Wenger? Why don't you write about Arsenal and how arrogant they are? And Wenger should go back to Japan and talk about Japanese football. Like really, doing a mafia thing, really putting man under pressure, doing the Godfather style. There's a lot of that really happened, if I'm honest. So Wenger was the best, whether Fergie was there or not, if I'm honest. Pound for pound. With the current transfers, let's include Glockérez and Eze. What are your thinking? Finishing? Well, it all depends on it depends on the manager what he does really. At the end of the day, after this point, I mean that team should really win a league. Should win this league if we get those signings that we've mentioned there. To have Noni, Glockérez, Eze, Zubimendi, even if we get Mascara in and all that, that's an embarrassment of riches with Ethan. If Ethan stays and signs the contract, then we've really got a good squad. You've still got Martin Ellie, he's stayed. Trossard goes, let's say. That's like how you're not winning league titles. What's gone wrong with the numbers and the output that Arsenal have? How are you not doing it now with these extra tools? I can only point to the manager at that point. My only issue with Arteta was just the style of play. Mo was disgracia, bro. Anyway, last season was really bad. The season before that was shy up until the new year. The season before that was swashbuckling. Went from trophyless while sacrificing attractive football. Hold on, let me read this properly. My only issue with Arteta was the style of football we went for to go trophyless while sacrificing attractive football is everything Arsenal shouldn't be, and that is facts. I'm screen grabbing that one, baby. That's a fucking fact, bro. Mo, I love you, Mo. Mo, what, Mo? You need to come and show more often, Mo. You give me a different perspective on the Arsenal, bro. What's Jordan Boy saying? You have to understand also, Wenger and Ferguson had each other's numbers, and Wenger would even ask Ferguson for advice, but the rivalry was on screen. And this is why Ferguson could call and say, "Yo, Wenger, we will take no." He knew he had to call him personally for that one. He knew he had to call him on a personal one for that one. We will give you money even though he had 1 year left. Joke. I've been watching since the Cheeky Sport days. Years even. Yes, Mo. Love. But yeah. That's it for tonight, guys. Give me 22 minutes. I'm going to enjoy a lollipop because it is scorching hot and I can't take this heat. And plus the missus wants to watch Love Island, it seems. But love, man, then watch the new show, man. Watch the new show. Are you not even watching the new shows? Do they even come up on the notifications? Talk to me. I've got the new show out today. What's the title of it? King Noddy has arrived. Watch the new show. Just remember. Yes, I remember when Chris came on screen. Do you not remember? I was the cameraman. I was the cameraman, innit? When Graham Daly had Cheeky Sport, I was the cameraman. And I wasn't meant to do anything. And then one day I said 1-2 words off camera. And then that's how I said, let's play it like that. Let me be a character off camera, like how they be doing it. So I was gonna be off camera character. And you know what? It's mad because Troops had to, again, this is another mad thing. The irony is AFTV were getting so big. They had to take Troops one day, and Troops couldn't make it in time for our show, but he promised he would be there, and he wasn't there. And we was meant to do the show and then thing there, and then Big J and Axe said, "You gotta come on. You need to come on." And the other thing is, Jack was the producer of the show, so Jack was the producer and I was the cameraman, and so I came on one day, and the rest was history. The rest was that they chopped Troops there and then. Joe said, "Yeah, this is gonna be our new Troops," and then we got the call out. Then Graham Daly cut us, and then Graham Daly cut me. Because I was help pay my way, and then I was doing. Well, they didn't kind of cut me because I was working with gigs as well at the same time, so it was a transitional period. They kind of let me go to fulfill the gigs thing, but Cheeky Sport went and got a deal with Rinse, so that's how we got the Stew, and it was like, yeah, you need to come on the Stew thing, cool. And you know what? We're going to introduce Jike later on down the line. And that's what happened. Right? It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. And then they wanted to do football Fico, which we kind of did on the Cheeky Sport thing, but it was a bit of a mess. And Joel wasn't clear with it. I actually spoke to Joel today. Love Joel, but we wasn't too clear. And you know what? I was hungry. I was hungry for us to go to another level. And I was pushing these man. I was really pushing. Like I wanted track, but Joel was the kind of thought of no, you go and do it. But I'm like, it's not my thing. This is your man, you man's thing. I'm here with ideas and here to facilitate. I wanted to have cheeky sport track suits, like shell suit thing. It was have different colors, but the first one was going to be a black one with red cheeky sport on the back. It was going to be sick. And I wanted a 2-stripe, but I was like, forget the stripe, maybe just the one. If not that, nothing, and just it's going to be sick. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted. And then we were going to have a next show. In fact, we actually filmed the pilot for the show. I'm not even sure if it even came out, but we filmed the pilot. It didn't work. The show didn't work, but it was good that we was getting ideas out and seeing what works, what doesn't work. Then you can actually refine these things and make it better, bigger, smaller, whatever it may be, because the podcast was the anchor. And as long as we had that podcast, we could build around it. Because the podcast, you got to remember, at one point it was getting 70,000, so 70,000, 80,000 views. And then it dipped all the way down to 30 when things was really getting saturated. And I don't think, and we wasn't as serious because at that point we was just doing one show a week, and all it was the podcast, and there was nothing else around it. Then man, I stopped going to games and all that because it's at a point where the podcast could kind of facilitate for the rest of that. But it's now we need shows around that. It never happened. But it was a good learning curve. Now we've got football Fico. It's a slow burner. But we're here. We're here. Anyway, man, I'm off ski. You got me on a tangent. I said, who is the loudmouth, light-skinned you? The rest is history. You know what? You know what it is? When I get around people, I just get louder. And I don't know why. But it's the way it is. I miss the studio. The studio is brilliant. You can't beat tangible interaction. You can't beat that. Even on here when we've got the 4 screens. And again, that's another reason why Cheeky Sport went under. In the end, I was kind of a catalyst for that. Because I wasn't having it. I wasn't doing this. I didn't want to do this Zoom thing. I was dead against it. But maybe I was wrong on that. So you can, the nail in the coffin was me, guys. I hold my hands up on that one. With mics in hand, I felt like I was the Rock, broski. Every time I went into the studio, and that's what it was. I moved into a character. As soon as I went into the studio, because you had look, see me, I'm closing my eyes, reminiscing. We had the whole studio set up, and then you got 4 mics, and then I had a special mic on the end because it was just different to everyone else's. And there's a handheld. They gave me a handheld. I thought I was, and that's what it was. Like, watching WWE, WWF, that was years of gearing up for that moment. And that's the bottom line. Loved it. Loved every second of the studio. I'm going to try and get a studio. Once this thing is popping up, I'm getting a studio. Please, I joined late. Have a something. Greens, why did you join late for, Greens? Greens, why? Greens, go and watch the new show, bro. Go and watch the new show. Leave me a comment. I'm going to start doing comment of the week on them shows. That's what I need to start doing. Comment of the week. Love you, man. Love. Tomorrow. I'm on tomorrow.